In the mid-1980s, the nation Vietnam was plagued by poverty, with per capita income stuck between $200 to $300. The scars of war cast a long shadow over Vietnam, both physically and economically. The aftermath of the Vietnam War left the country facing immense challenges, hindering its development and prosperity. The war not only claimed countless lives, but also inflicted substantial damage to infrastructure, agriculture, and the overall economic fabric. The resilience of the Vietnamese people, however, will prove instrumental in the face of adversity. It was against this backdrop of hardship that Vietnam embarked on a transformative journey, seeking to overcome the wounds of the past and carve out a new path towards economic growth and stability.
Vietnam's journey from a stricken poverty country to the fast-growing economy right now began at the 1986. At the time, Vietnam operated as subsidy country where everything controlled by the central government, such as the raw materials, the distribution, everything controlled by the government. So during this time, Vietnam governments know this must be changed because it doesn't feasible in the long term. So the Vietnam government started a series of political economic reforms known as Doi Moi. This transformative process aimed at restructuring various sectors akin to dismantling the pillars of largely plain-clothes economy. So during this time, there's a problem in Vietnam, which is Gini coefficient issue, where there's a small group of people own large amount of wealth. And since Vietnam is a socialist government where everyone is not left behind, so they must fix this. Back then, Vietnam's economy is more collective, where it's inefficient because everything we must refer to the central government, and there's only a specific number of people who involved into the economy. At that time, 70% of Vietnamese working in the fields, but through Doi Moi, this collective economy was abolished and the land was distributed among small farmers with 20-year lease. And this also removed the price control on agricultural goods, allowing farmers to produce food in the name of profits.
Under this initiative, Vietnam's GDP per capita increased 12 times between 1985 and 2023, reaching over $3,700. This transformation opened the economy to international markets, trade, and initiated pro-business reform accompanied by a broad social agenda with the goal of leaving no one behind. These changes led to the rise of Gini coefficient, prompting further reforms. Within 2 decades, Vietnam transitioned from being a chronic rice importer to one of world's largest rice exporters. The private sector expanded as inefficient monopolies were scaled down and small businesses flourished. Poverty declined about 70% to 29% of the population. The economy grew at an exceptional rate. Take a look at this graph. As you can see, the export keep continue rising at the exceptional rate even during COVID during 2020. This indicates that Vietnam can continue to grow despite being in the toughest situation like the COVID-19. Next, investment in education increased, with public expenditure rising from 3.5% to 6% of GDP in 2015. The government prioritized education, investing in schooling and primary school teachers, resulting in improved literacy rates. The government also focused on electricity access, achieving 89.9% electrification in rural households by early 2018. Vietnam also achieved MDG 5, which is Millennium Development Goals adopted in the year 2000 by the United Nations. The MDGs were set of 8 the international development goals aimed to addressing various global challenges by the target year 2015. MDG 5 specifically focused on improving maternal health, and Vietnam has achieved this in health sector, reducing maternal mortality rates and increasing immunization coverage. Against the backdrop of economic reforms initiated through Doi Moi, Vietnam attracted a significant influx of investment that played a pivotal role in its development trajectory. The open market policies, privatization efforts, and dismantling of centrally planned economy created an environment conducive to foreign investment. International investors recognized Vietnam's potential for growth and stability, leading to an increased flow of capital into the country. Moreover, Vietnam's proactive approach towards international relations contributed to its ability to forge new partnerships, even with nations that were once considered adversaries or enemy. By pursuing diplomatic initiative and engaging in constructive dialogue, Vietnam successfully improved relationship not only with neighboring countries but also with major global players. This diplomatic fitness played a crucial role in fostering economic cooperation and trade agreements, further propelling Vietnam into global economic stage. The willingness to engage diplomatically even with former enemy showcased Vietnam's commitment to regional stability and economic development. This newfound openness not only attracted investment but also paved the way for collaborative efforts in various sectors such as technology, manufacturing, and infrastructure. The cultivation of international partnerships not only diversified Vietnam's economic portfolio but also contributed to its emergence as a key player in the global economy. In summary, Vietnam's development success was not only driven by domestic policy reforms but also by its strategic approach to international relations and attracting foreign investment. The nation's ability to transcend historical differences and build bridges with diverse nations played a crucial role in establishing a conducive environment for sustained economic growth and development.